Hello everybody, my name is X and Wacky 2, or Wyon on YouTube, also Alex, and today I wanted to show you something I've been working on for about 2 months now. So this is something I created off of an idea I had about 3 months ago. So I was watching Eurovision 2001, and I had this idea. So the idea is a Eurovision video game. I'm surprised that, honestly, when I thought about it, I was surprised that it hadn't been done before. I wasn't sure if there was one in the works, but I couldn't find any news on it. But I was interested to see what a game like this could be like. Here's originally where it started. I just threw a bunch of stuff together. So you can see I had a coin shop where you could spend your coins from games. You know, you've got the Icelandic country pack, Montenegrin country pack, the British country pack. You can buy stuff from specific years. You can buy themes, freebies, instruments. You can edit the song. You can edit an interval order, you know, finalists, all this stuff. And this was how I envisioned a rule screen. Now, this is not how it looks in the final product, I can guarantee you. But this was just something I threw together to kind of just throw something together. But then I brought it up to my UX buddy, who actually suggested I take a stab at this. So I did. This is how it began. It evolved into this, which evolved into this, which evolved into this. So you can, if you were watching any of the subtle things, you can definitely notice there were a bunch of changes throughout. So I have wanted to take you guys on a tour of this. Just the finished prototype of what I have now. Not every single button will have functionality. Not every single thing here is going to have function. This is just screens. This is not an actual game being made. This is just fanfare from a massive Eurovision fan who kind of wants to see this done. So press the play button, fit it down, and turn off the hotspot links. So we'll start from the top and work our way to the bottom. Load creation. Blah blah bananas. Now this is one that's currently in the works, and here you go. Here's the screen. You know, you can add a performer here, leave some comments, save, import. This was something I felt people would want. Import works from not just within the game, but from outside the game. They could import their own audio tracks, and of course export it to complete it, or to even share online, or to even get your sheet music. So here are the things down here that would probably go on an editor, like lights, how you might edit the lighting effects. Stage, you know, what kind of effects would you want? Would you want fire to shoot up out of the stage? Well, you can do that here. Fruity Bob and Banana Billy are these two sample people I have got here today. And so when you pick on him, he lights up. When you pick this, the action and the guy lights up. You click him. Let's see what Fruity Bob can do. We can edit him. That'll show you that in a minute. And we can find movements, interactions, and instruments. So let's go to his movements. Now, I haven't programmed any of this because this is Figma. This isn't like a big programming thing, as much as I wish it could be. Walking and running, poses, acrobatics, exercises, dances, standing, hand motions, props, and custom movements. I had an idea where people might want to create their own movements, like to add to the song. And so that's what this is for. And you can add the song name, the settings for the song. If you want to work on it with multiple people, you would do that here. You can record your own lyrics or write them for these guys to say. And I'll show you how that would work in a minute. So hopefully you like it. Let's go to the next thing. Oh yeah, we will save our work. Let's go. Here's where you would go to add a new song. Let's go to new creation. I don't have this actually functional. I just wanted to show off how the creator would work. Character creator and country creator, that's right. So something that I think players would want to do, if this were a real thing, would be to make their own countries. That was something I kind of threw in really early into the wireframe. Now you can't make your own flags or anything, but let's look at the editor. So here you've got body shape, hats, and all sorts of other stuff to throw in. And here's some Euro coins. And let's see the hats. So you've got a Sylvia's feather cap, which costs 300 coins. Verka's star hat probably would cost more than this because, you know, Verka's an icon and she deserves more. Wild feather hat, the At Least You Tried trophy hat. You'll see what this is in a minute. For Queen and Country trophy hat, or I guess a crown. And the snowman top hat. And of course, as you saw, it zooms in so you can specifically see the hats that would come into play. And of course, it works like this. Now, I haven't programmed all these buttons, but it was just to show you some cool stuff that I had put together. Offline play is not a function, neither is shop nor settings, but I wanted to show you just how these work. Online play is where a lot of this comes in. Now, join game is obviously where you'd go to join your friends, or maybe join an online game with some randoms. Plan game was an idea I had late into development of this prototype, whereby you could actually create a game for a future time that maybe if your friends couldn't join, they'd be able to still submit stuff and still be able to vote later. So, so you got Blah Blah Bananas here, which is working, and generate random song. So if you don't want to make anything, you just want to have a bot write something for you, there you go. So here's Mango Man's lobby. So you can see, this is the area where we would be. We would be in the Eurovision stage from 2015. You got your host nation, your stage type, your game settings, you can edit the running order, so you could maybe add an interval act somewhere. And of course you can start the game. Now this isn't a working game, so this doesn't work, but if you come over here, first actually I want to show off this. And of course you got this. You got Mango Man and the Bongo Nation. So he's called his nation Bongo. You can see some statistics over here that he's got. You can see his trophy, a trophy he's put on display down here. Some statistics from over here. And his best result. And of course you can see that you can watch the very contest where it performed. And you can see the score sheet from that entire contest. You can even see how exactly the points were distributed. And of course, how well they did. Now, I did want to add some profile pictures, but I wasn't sure how people would like them, so I currently have them on no opacity, no opacity, excuse me. Here you have Comedic Tomato. Now, this guy's had some issues in the past. Now, he's clearly had some issues. He's tried his best, but the best he's got is 23rd, a 10 and a 1 for the song No One Needs Dreams by Jerngi. And this guy has that At Least You Tried trophy. Have 0 points at the end of a contest. And here's the statistics of who has what. Pirate Singer, me matey nation. And you have the statistics here. You get the idea. I don't need to go through all of these, but you get the idea. These are just how these things would be shown. And another thing to show is game settings. So here you can say, I want a lobby size of 20 players. You can do that here. Here's your voting systems that you could edit. And I'll show you this in just a minute. Competitor or allowed voters, who can vote in this contest? Do you want the public voting, or do you just want you and your friends being able to vote? You of course can open this to the public if you would like, but maybe you don't want them voting. You can have a host nation, you can have a stage type, performances, and here this is what I was talking about with planning games. So if your friend, for example, can't make it, they can still submit an entry. But in this case, everyone has to be live. Interactivity. So this is an idea I had where maybe perhaps instead of just singing, if you wanted to, perhaps you could also have things that go wrong, or you have to stop things from going wrong from doing your performance. Now, it wouldn't be like you have to constantly button mash, but it could be something like, oh, you need to press this, or perhaps your singers need to do this, or, stuff like that. Maybe you could do something during the performance. Bots. So any leftover slots that are not filled by real players will be filled with these bots. Viewer participation. Now, this is grayed out because of this thing up here. So they can only watch, but they can still watch. So theme, claymation from 2003. I loved the claymation theme from 2003. I think it's one of the best I've seen. So I think that I would like to have a claymation theme for this game. Semifinals disabled because we've only got 11 players. Players as hosts. The idea here is that players could make their own hosts and host the game as you see the hosts every year do. Like Pietra or Mans from 2016 and 2013 with Pietra. And here, as you can see, the last one is slogan. Let's eat a mango, because this is Mango Man's game, and the man loves mangoes. The last thing I want to show is voting system. So here is 12-point system, 1 set, 12-point system, 2 sets, 5-3-2 point system, 1 set, 5-3-2 point system, 2 sets. So if you look here, you can change how it's auto-revealed. Unfortunately, I didn't add the dragon. Oh, yes, I did. Okay. You can see, like, hey, I want to add a drag animate, or I want to have this be auto-revealed. No, I want all of this to be auto-revealed. Or no, I just want all of that to be auto-revealed. So this way I can read all this. It's basically, the original idea was to have check marks, but I used this drag box instead just because it it's a lot less clicking and a lot more interactivity. Well, that doesn't make sense, but you get the idea. Yeah, that's all I've got to show, but I want to thank you guys for looking at this project with me. And if you have any feedback at all, then I hope that you will give it. I want all the feedback you can give. You have any brutally honest opinions, I want to hear those. And I just want to make this clear in case there's an EPU spokesperson watching this. This isn't a real game. It's just a bunch of screens being put together and overlaid on top of one another. But I just wanted you to see my take on how this would work. So I thank you all for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed your time here with me. Thank you.